Hi, as you see, I am doing concussion for my project. What is a concussion? You may think it's just a brain injury or it's just a simple thing. Actually, it's when your brain hits the inside of your skull and gets bruised. All I knew before this project, I thought that it sat people out of their sport, like Rob Gronkowski, because he gets so many of them. I, as you see by the bench in this slide, I knew this from experience from unified basketball when I got a concussion and had to sit out baseball for 10 days. This was a pretty long 3-week process. I had to take notes, do interviews, and watch videos about solutions and about this project. As you heard from before, I learned that a concussion is when your brain hits your skull and gets bruised, as you heard from before. Got this from reading the Center of Disease Control webpage about traumatic brain injury, which is basically another way of saying concussion. As you see right here, the head jolts and then the brain jolts and hits the inside of the skull and gets a bruise right here. I also learned about leading causes from this website. And as you know, a cause in children is 44.5%. A collision is 17.2%, and struck by object is 22.9%. These can all happen in sports. Falls we don't really know about. Struck by object happens in baseball. Collisions happen in football. Also interviewed Mr. Cotter, who's right here, who is a radiologist at home. Mrs. Cotter, who's an ER doctor at South County and Kent County Hospital. I learned from them that they try to limit radiation. I learned this because from CAT scans, which stands for Computed Technology Now, and MRI, which stands for Magnetic Resonance Imaging. I learned this, and here's a picture of a CAT scan where they will lie down on this bed. Sorry for the technical difficulties. And they will lie down on this bed and will use radiation to see how bad the brain is injured. They will do a CAT scan even if they're trying to limit radiation after multiple concussions. I also interviewed Dr. Selvin, or Mr. Selvin, he was a deputy director of athletics at Brown University. He told me that Brown University women's rugby has the most concussions. I learned this from because they have no protective gear. I was confused because I didn't know Brown sports. I was also confused because I just never thought about that. I always thought soccer because they have no protective gear on the head. Also learned that people will put their kids in dark rooms like this picture right here, or even they'll take their kids out of school. I learned that their goal is to limit this by 3D. I also learned from Vices by an article, Vices 01, just trying to limit concussions by 3D pictures to map your head because no two heads are alike. And no one size fits all nonsense. I also learned from an Ezel article by Washington Post and a video about NFL banning helmets. And Vices 01 is trying to prevent concussions like this from the Jaguars game in 2018. And see how it's loose on his head? Well, that's because Vices 01 is trying to prevent that. My action plan is to present to people of all ages and inform people about this deadly topic. This is a deadly topic because it can range from minor concussions, where they're out of school for 10 days, or they can die from a motorcycle accident, maybe. I think I became a better writer because I did more opinion writing. Also became, I think, a better note taker because I think I learned how to take notes on how a source is credible or not, or to add my thinking. And I also learned how to manage my time because I had to have my schedule. I had to have my interview scheduled by May 11th and have it done by May 18th. As you see sooner, I will try to be better with my helmets because at Benny's I was always trying to get in and get out as fast as I can. Now I want to spend a little more time looking at the reviews, the protection, and all of that. As you see in the next slide, I will try to be more careful because, as I will say, it's safety as simple as being as ABC, and always be careful because sometimes being safety isn't. Sometimes it might not always be your fault, and sometimes you got to be careful. Thank you.